Hi beauties, welcome to Lady Lay Tarot. In today's reading, we're going to take a look at messages you're meant to hear this September. So these are channeled messages from your spirit guides, from the universe, about what you need to hear or predictions that may be coming up. We have 3 piles with us today. The first pile is this pink polka dot. Second pile is this pink stone. The third pile is this pink bow tie polka dot. Take a moment or two to see which pile or piles are calling out to you. You could try rolling the dice 10 to 15 times, as I always like to say, if your intuition is not particularly strong and you don't know which of the piles is most meant for you. So please take a moment to pause the video to select your card. And without further ado, let's get into your reading. Hi, Pile 1, welcome to your reading. You felt drawn to the circular round polka dot or the card Enlightenment. This is the one that flew out for your pile. And this is the number 19, so that may be relevant to you. It's also the Leo card, which is about creativity and play. When you add up the numbers 1 and 9, it comes out to 1, which is about empowerment. It's associated with Aries. So with this card in particular, before we take a look at the rest of the reading, what I'm getting is that your focus in September should be about knowledge, gathering of knowledge, learning, or perhaps going through a new opportunity. So reaching for that new opportunity that's come your way. And with the 1 here as the card, since 1 plus 9 comes out to 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. This is about leadership as well. And in September, you're urged to take a leadership stance or a leadership role, if that's coming your way, to be maybe a bit more outspoken in the vein of Aries energy. So if you're a shrinking violet, this is not something that's encouraged for you in this month, or that's not what is going to be most beneficial for you in September. So let's take a look at what else the cards have to say. I'm going to shuffle and see which cards are coming through. This process will be sped up so we can get straight into the messages. And feel free to check out the timestamps in the description to skip over this part if you'd like to go straight into the messages. Let's get into it. Okay, Pile 1, your cards are ready. So I'm going to lay them out first and see what messages are coming through from Spirit about September. So we have Child Eternal, Pathway, Scales, Keep Your Life in Balance, Wealthy Man, Queen of Wands, Optimism, okay, the Devil, Inheritance, wow, okay, Alchemist, Grace, Fan, Staff, you will be taken care of in difficult times. We have the Devil, Goldfish, increase in material or spiritual growth. Okay. Okay, we have the Fool card here. We have July. Okay, pile one. Wow, so interesting that we have this mischievous energy here represented by the Devil card twice. That is something that Spirit is urging you to balance out at this time. It's not as evil as it looks. The devil is not always a terrible harbinger. It's just the mischievous energy. And in this context, what I see is that it's in a positive context mostly, with the Queen of Wands kind of mirroring that energy. So one of the messages that I'm getting from Spirit is that in September, you may have issues with maybe overeating or some addiction issues, overthinking issues that you need to really transcend and read up on, since our main card is enlightenment, and it's about learning and getting over those hurdles that have been holding you back from excellence. And also, one of the clear things, the downloads that I'm getting is that if you have a mischievous side to you, a fun, irreverent side, express that. You know, if you're too serious, perhaps, right? Here we have the Child Eternal card right next to the Devil. And as we can see with the light attributes, it says, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. So it's saying that you should look at things with optimism and open-mindedness, even if there's been a wrench in your plans. Give yourself grace. Forgive your mistakes. Looks like this has been a time, the month of August, I mean, and previous months perhaps, where you've been blaming yourself a lot for your mischievous side, for things that you did wrong. Maybe it's been a time where you've been mulling over your mistakes and beating yourself up about it. But Spirit is urging you here to see yourself with grace. You see the word grace here. And see yourself as an ever-learning child. We're only human and we grow. We have to go through trials and tribulations. And no one comes out perfect from their mother's womb. Learning, it's an ever-present, often painful, continuous process. So you have to treat that side of you with understanding, with curiosity. Don't push that down. But also, if you have some habits which are like maybe overeating here or with certain substances, what Spirit is urging you to do is to try to tame them and allow yourself grace and allow yourself a chance to balance those energies. You know, the shadow side of you and the light angelic side of you. Look at those things with curiosity instead of guilt-tripping yourself over your mistakes or over your inability to be perfect. So with the Fan card here, that's what I'm seeing here. It says celebration party. Don't let a gathering trigger you. Yeah, it does seem like you should be a fan of yourself. That's the download I'm getting with this card. And the Queen of Wands, you know, she's a fiery energy, spitfire. So it's like you have to celebrate all sides of you, including the side of you that is imperfect and that makes mistakes. Maybe you're too blunt and explosive at times, but that's okay. Honor all of your experiences and see it as like a learning curve. Then you're less prone to repeating those mistakes of the past. You're learning how to redirect your anger, right? And so, yeah, that's what I see with the devil, the two devil cards here. Feelings of anger, envy that you're going to have to manage this month. Also see inheritance with the alchemist. So with the wealthy man here, it looks like this will be a busy time for you, building your inheritance or making your dreams a reality, especially in the sphere of work. So whatever you've been doing to excel at work, Spirit is giving you the go-ahead to continue with that. It looks like whatever work you'll be getting into or you're doing in September will actually help build your legacy. And or literally this could be talking about you saving a huge sum of money by July and being able to afford a particular vacation you've always wanted. So it's saying, yes, this is the path forward, and this is one of those cards that are giving you that encouragement here from Spirit. So underneath the devil, we have the scales, keep your life in balance. Yes, that seems to be the theme here. learn about yourself, your passions and triggers, including your shadow side. Read up on things. So if you know, like, for example, you have a codependent type of weakness, Spirit is urging you to read up on books or watch videos pertaining to that, and really trying to understand that instead of hiding it or not accepting what it is that you may have a weakness in. And instead of loathing yourself, try to understand where those things may be coming from and being more patient with yourself. So it's about bringing things into alignment this September. That's what I see. And with the Staff as the final card, Spirit is saying you'll be taken care of in difficult times. Wow, what a poignant, beautiful message. So it's saying if you're struggling in particular with trying to kick a habit, you know, your angel guides, your spirit guides, they are watching over you and they're encouraging you, and they will be of help to you. If you're taking those steps to turn your life around, they do help you out. That's what they're trying to say here. So it does seem like money and especially job success is something that is going to happen for you in September, because we did have the wealthy man card there, and we also have increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. And so another thing that I'm seeing here with this, besides you getting into or being with a job that will provide you with ample money to take that vacation come summer, is that if there's something that you've had in your heart to do since you were a kid, like a certain job or certain project, this is the go ahead to actually take that initiative and do it. You see with the pathway card here, it's like, take that step. Spirit is urging you to approach it and grab those opportunities by the horns, you know, because it's going to lead you to some material abundance as well as spiritual abundance. Take that path. You see with the Queen of Wands, making that foray, and your road is paved with grace. So it could also be something in the area of education is another clarifier that I'm seeing for many of you. But I also want to get some more messages about what this Devil card in the center is talking about with the Fool underneath. So, thank you, Spirit. So, all right, thank you. So we got two cards out. We have disappointment in a friend or lover. Okay. So this could also be in the area of romance, as we have romance and we have the Child Eternal. So Spirit sees that you've been disappointed in someone deeply. Your inner child is hurt. They've acted, obviously here with the Devil, very egotistically, like a child maybe, a child who's still learning and not evolved yet. And so the second message is, wow, teardrops, a great personal sorrow. So, and we have the Fool card underneath with the fresh start. Looks like this person is oblivious to your feelings or makes light of the situation. So Spirit is saying that they know that you've cried over this situation and that you've been greatly disappointed in that area of romance with this person acting so asinine. Your angels feel you. They see you. And with this Fool card here, I'm getting a particular message that despite these obstacles, despite the tears that you've cried, Spirit still wants you to remain optimistic and allow yourself grace, forgiveness for this person's devilish behavior. That's exactly what I'm seeing. But let me get one more clarifier for that. What else is Spirit saying pertaining to that? So with the Fool here. Okay, two cards came out. So we have the Security card here from the Law of Attraction Tarot, and we have the Confidant. Yeah. So it's telling you to remain optimistic. Don't let it affect your love life in the future. Maybe talk to people about this. And also just don't stay stuck in that headspace. Still venture out. This is the Queen of Wands energy, which is a replay of this Queen of Wands again. So take the initiative and just be bold and brave. Don't shrink. Don't try to hide yourself just because you're disappointed and you've lost all hope. Go harder is what I'm saying. So with the Security card here next to the Goldfish, the increase in material wealth, one of the messages that I'm seeing here, I'm seeing actually two or three. One of the messages is that maybe if you have business online, or if you're considering taking certain business online, doing it online, then this is the go-ahead to take that initiative, since we have the Fool card here. And the other message that I'm seeing is that you should try dating if you aren't already. And this could even be online for some, but not necessarily. But that you shouldn't let that heartbreak or that devilish person kill your lust for life, and you getting out there, taking the initiative with the Queen of Wands. So it's saying, you know, there are more fish in the sea, metaphorically, as we see here. And you should remain enthusiastic, as optimistic and hopeful as you were when you were a child, before this experience happened. So yes, they understand that you've cried many tears over this, and you've had disappointment, but you have to go get out there. And smiling is something that is also stressed here. So Spirit is urging you to smile. Fake it till you make it, basically, you know, because you can reprogram the mind. The mind doesn't, you know, when you, there are studies out there that when you smile, it sends signals to the brain despite what you're really feeling, right? And the brain just perceives those signals as, I don't have to send stress hormones, this person is already happy. So you can trick your brain into being a bit more happier just by smiling alone. And maybe also watch comedy shows here is another reminder we're getting. But I'm going to get some cards out for what else Spirit wants to share with you. Any other messages? Let's get 2 from this deck here. Okay. Ooh, okay, interesting. So we have the word declutter, and we have the pathway card here with the Queen of Wands. So this may be a time where you need to set your house straight and get rid of all those things you have. Maybe you've been hoarding. So simplify your life, make it more minimalistic. Okay, that's definitely what I'm seeing here. Like maybe you have too many people around who don't actually contribute to your life. And it's saying to simplify your life. You don't need a lot of friends. You could just choose core things to you. Could be talking about materials in your house, especially if you've been messy lately in your house. So this is a sign from Spirit to start decluttering and getting more minimalistic. And the other message, which landed near the flute, with the disappointment card, happiness is overrated, try peace. Okay. Yes, so yes, obviously you've been disappointed, especially by a certain someone. It looks like in the department of romance that you've cried over. And you may not be completely happy. So maybe the mistake that you're making is thinking that you have to be completely happy, completely over this person. So your expectations are unrealistic. Actually, what you should be aiming for is peace, because happiness is like this go-lucky, and it's very unattainable for most people, for everybody actually, to be happy 24 hours a day, day in and day out. You know, unless you're some guru who's meditating under a tree. So try just to have peace, where you're content, you're satisfied, you're not always in the best mood, and you know that you've been disappointed, and you know that you've had this bad or these bad experiences in love. But if you're peaceful, if you make peace with that and you forgive yourself for your transgressions and for this person's transgressions, not necessarily forgive their actions, but just try to not take it as personal and try not to mull over it, then you'll have some peace in your brain, instead of just trying to aim for being completely over this person, completely cheerful after the fact that you've been disappointed. Because it's a very high expectation to live up to. I mean, we can't all be gung-ho, and you know, it's just not real life for you to think that way, that you're supposed to be happy, for you to be completely whole again. So try peace, and let's get 2 more cards from here as well. So let's see. Okay, so it landed near the Queen of Wands. Love shouldn't hurt. I can't do anything with your easy words. Okay. Yeah, so as it says here, love should not hurt. And if it is hurting a lot, you're doing it wrong. I mean, the person should make your life easier and not more complicated. And watch people's words. Don't watch people's words, rather. Watch people's actions. You can't just do things with their easy words. But also another thing I'm seeing here is, notice how the Queen of Wands is looking at this Fool and she's like smirking and she's amused by it, right? So Spirit is telling you, notice the signs of someone who is trying to be evasive with you, pull one over on you and be not straightforward. And you don't have to be rude about it. You could even smile or smirk to yourself. But do know when someone is just using their words, they're all talk, but no action. You know, and just remain optimistic, as it says here. There's certainly better fish in the sea for you. So anything else for I can't do anything with your easy words? Any other messages? One more before we close out this reading. Let's see. So 2 cards fell out. So Spirit wants you to know 2 messages. Broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. And it says, shield, you need to defend yourself. Okay. So you have to be careful in matters of the heart. The heart is a very delicate thing. And you shouldn't let anyone try to crash through your BS filter. So you should have a radar which detects bullshit words. And the best way to do that is to empower yourself, to enlighten yourself with knowledge, read up on things, and take the initiative to ask yourself the hard-hitting questions. And to really allow yourself grace in the mistakes that you've made. Be optimistic about your love life. Look forward to the learning experience. Because it's seldom that we get the right person just because we have good intentions. So we kind of have to have this devilish energy, right? So don't always reveal your intentions. It says be more devilish, like conceal. It seems like maybe you've been too much of a good girl or good boy, whatever gender you are here. And so with the scales right underneath the devil, Spirit is telling you to balance the good and the bad side of you. Don't be all good. Don't be all trusting. You have to shield yourself and keep certain things to yourself. Don't tell people your intentions. And just watch what their actions are. Heck, you can even pretend that you believe their words, but don't really believe it in reality unless it's being backed up by action consistently. So, unsuccessful outcome to your problem. Exactly. That's what you'll have if you take their word for it, but not see action in return. Okay, so these are the messages that I'm seeing for you. I hope that this brought you some measure of clarity for September. And also, I want to see any other messages, any other themes that may be coming up for you in September. So I'm going to take out 2 more cards. Okay, so let me get one from here. Okay, thank you. So generosity, and we have the concentration card, again with the devil energy there. Okay, so as we have the declutter card here with the concentration, looks like you should be focusing on how not to get involved in too many things. The multitasking part may be problematic. So yeah, so declutter that and figure out what it is that you need to focus on the most with the Queen of Wands. Yeah, so that's one of the messages. And we have the generosity here next to the broken bridge, the Leo card. So here, having that with the devil energy, what I'm seeing here is Spirit is urging you to practice forgiveness and generosity towards others. Doesn't mean you have to tell them you forgive them or even hint at it. It's just saying that it's necessary for you to do that, for you to try to forgive that person despite their terrible actions, because the lingering negative feelings are poisoning your future. If we hold on to the resentment, we're actually harming ourselves by not being able to forgive those actions of that person and even of our role in them hurting us, right? So you have to be generous of spirit, have compassion for yourself, be graceful, and just learn to forgive, but not forget the lesson. so that you can have peace moving forward and stop torturing yourself over this broken relationship, as it looks like here. So those are the messages that I'm seeing for you, Pile 1. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You felt drawn to the pink stone, and the card that flew out for your pile is Acceptance, the Starry Night. So the number here is 41, which reduces to 5. And so this card is telling you that the theme for September will be radical acceptance of the changes that are coming through for you. So life path number 5 is about freedom, independence. It's a mix between Leo and Aquarius energy. And so it seems like you have to accept your new role, maybe in things that are unfolding in your life. You know, with the Starry Night, I do see some sort of like epiphany as well regarding something. So it's saying be open to that. Yeah, and for some of you, it could also be referring to the fact that, like, if you are an artistic person, you should be expressing yourself more and honing in on your talents. That's just a preliminary message. I'm going to take a look at what other cards are saying, what Spirit is trying to say through the cards for you on themes in September, or messages that you need to hear for September. So this process of card picking will be sped up. You could skip it over if you take a look at the timestamps in the description. So let's get started. Okay, Pile 2, your cards are ready. So we're going to take a look at which cards came through, what Spirit wants to relay to you about September. So we have the Opportunities card, okay. We have the Mature Woman, King, the Serenity card, the Knight of Swords, okay, Heartache over what you no longer have, with the Candle, you'll be shown the way. Okay, the Alchemist. We have the Reward card next to the Alchemist. The Empathy card. Queen of Wands. Axe. Power. Egg. Success ensured with good plans and effort. Okay, we have a Status card. we have the manipulation next to the Knight of Swords. Okay, so pile 2, I'm seeing several messages here from Spirit for you. And one of the first things they want to say, as we have the card here with the dice, the opportunities card. It seems like there will be an opportunity for you to help someone in this month, and you may not get the reaction that you desire from this person. They may come off as defensive. We have the Axe card here, forces working against you, or this may represent you thinking of, why did you get ensnared by this person? Why did you trust a certain friend that you have? And now they've done something which was deceptive towards you. They've done something manipulative. And Spirit is urging you here with the acceptance card, being our main card here, to accept that this was part of the plan, of the greater plan. It was fate, it was destined to be this way, that even if it didn't work out in your favor, you've done something honorable, even if this person proved to be malicious and harmful to you and rude, as I see here. Your efforts were still righteous, and so your conscience is clean. It was worth it, and it proved your humanity. That's one of the first messages I'm seeing here. With the Serenity card here, Spirit is urging you to be at peace with your decision. Either with cutting off a certain friend who is being rude or was being rude to you and manipulative, or going against your better judgment to help this person who proved to be untrustworthy. And for several others of you, what I saw was that you may be helping out a friend, in the month of September, but that help won't be received well by that person. So with the Serenity, Spirit is urging you to accept the things that you cannot change and still try to keep the peace within yourself. You see, we have the acceptance card here. After every dark night comes a brighter day. That's the download I'm getting with this card. So with the mature woman, it's now time for you to exercise your maturity levels and not get hyped up or angry and retaliate in kind. Don't argue back or try to use your words to explain how that made you feel to that person or to get angry in return. Instead, you see the juxtaposition or the disparity in these two figures. This one is outspoken, the Queen of Wands, fiery, ready to burst, ready to say everything that's on her mind. Yet here we have the reserved, mature woman who is firmly in place, still empowered, but choosing what not to say so as to be graceful and to give life a chance to unfold organically. So she's confident and she's accepting of the current circumstances. These are essential cards. So next to the mature woman, we have heartache over what you no longer have. And we have the reward card here. So Spirit is saying to you here that, yes, your heart may be hurting and you may be disappointed in a certain friend or in things that are upsetting in people that may be acting cruel or rude to you. But you're quiet, not reactive, because you trust the universe and you know balance will be restored with time. And that's where your power lies, in that quiet power. Notice we have this regal purple tint throughout, right? Like this quiet power where the dragon is not breathing fire, as this Queen of Wands is. And it says you will be shown the way. So maybe meditation is also something that you should consider here a lot in the month of September, since we have the Serenity here, trying to uphold your peace and keep mum about certain things instead of lashing out. It's a very central theme here, even with this card here. It's a very reserved figure. In the face of manipulation, it says reward. So With this card, what I'm seeing is that you should guard your reputation. People reap what they sow, as you can see here, and with time, the truth will come out. You'll be vindicated. So you don't need to do much speaking. You just sit in that graceful, mature person energy. And that is your power. Choosing your words, not saying something, is also a form of power. And as with this candle, it says that you will be shown the way, you'll be vindicated. So we have the Alchemist and the Status card here. I'm going to see what that is about. One of the preliminary things that I'm getting here is that Spirit is saying, continue as you have been doing, especially if you've been doing a lot of writing lately. That's one of the messages I'm seeing. It seems like it will bring you some sort of recognition and reward, in particular, since we have this card of Alchemist juxtaposed between the reward and the status here, like the golden goose that lays the egg. And again, we have this king, reward, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. So as you are in the workplace, try to do good deeds for others. It looks like this will come back in a good way for you. If you invest in certain people at work, looks like some sort of partnership is going to be really beneficial to you, as I'm seeing it. But I want to see another clarifier for that status card here. Can we get one more from this deck and one more from another deck? Okay, thank you, Spirit. Oh, okay. So involvement with the law. Status, okay. This does look like some sort of promotion may be in order if you keep up this hard work that you've been doing. Yeah, this is a very good harbinger for a case, especially if you have a court case pending with the king there and the egg. Looks like things will turn out in your favor. If this is a bureaucratic thing, like if you're going for some sort of paperwork in September, like documents or a visa of some sort for somewhere, this is a very good harbinger. And I also want to get another card for the egg and the king there. So, Spirit, can we get another clarifier, please? Thank you. Okay. Interesting, we have the Three of Swords come out with the spear card here. Okay, so it seems like you're trying to overcome a betrayal. Healing yourself is a big theme, as is acceptance in this month. Okay, and let's get one more card for this Three of Swords. Why did that pop out for the egg? Yes, so one of the first things I'm seeing with the egg, success assured with good plans and hard work. So even though some things may be hurting you right now and you feel like you may have chosen wrong in the past, it's saying that there's an opportunity here. Good things lay ahead with hard work. And especially if you are generous towards others, since we have this benevolent energy here, someone's going to give you a golden offer after noticing your teamwork this particular month. So with the Three of Swords, we have the child wounded. Wow, that's very interesting. It says, awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. Okay, so we have that land next to the candle. So some of you here may be in like a teaching or a guidance role for others. If not, that's what Spirit is telling you, encouraging you to do. So for example, you may want to uplift children in poor communities or do some sort of community service. That would be a good thing for you to do. Work with the community in some way that's going to bring you high honors and status and make you feel really self-actualized, benefiting those in your charge, it says. Looks like you have to be of help to those who are wounded. That's one of the things that your Spirit is calling you to do with the Queen of Wands. Like, take charge in that arena. It could be, for example, helping children who are wounded in some way. It could be like coaching, social work, mentoring, coaching a game for children. I mean, it's going to resonate differently for everybody. Or it could be you writing your experiences down in a blog, for example, to share with others. But it seems like you should be doing something with the pain And with the lessons, and that's your quiet power, it looks like. That's the power that you hold. You could heal others. For others, it may resonate as like if you're trying to go to nursing school or something, this is a good harbinger for that. Like you're capable of healing people. Or in the area of law, for example. For some of you as well, it says involvement with the law and the status. So as I said, I see several different messages here. Take what resonates. And I also want to see any messages that may be coming through from Spirit for you. Any messages? Can we get 2? Okay. So 2 fell out. We have keep your head up with the mature woman. And we have with the 3 of Swords, laugh now, cry later. Okay. So keep building and do what you've been doing, even though you are hurt, it looks like. And this is one of my favorite quotes, actually. Laugh now, cry later, because you could interpret it in one of 2 ways. It could be like, if you're busy laughing now, you're going to cry later. Or if you interpret it in a positive sense, it's about focus on the positive and laugh now. You could think about crying later. By that time, you won't feel like crying anyway. So that's a very potent message. And we have that with the 3 of Swords. Though your heart may be breaking right now, you have to just keep forging ahead, as we have with that card here. You see, he's working. He's toiling away, even through the heartache, because there's a purpose in the pain that unfolds as life goes on. Seeing hope and standing in that mature energy, not saying much. You see, with the serenity energy, it looks like what you have to focus on in September is speaking less, especially if those words are hurtful, and instead going within, being less reactionary and working silently. Especially if you've considered helping children or getting involved in the law in some way, this is a very good harbinger for that. So take a chance on that opportunity. And let me get 2 more cards for any other messages Spirit may have for you. Okay, so for the child wounded, we have Ode to My Family. Okay, that's a song by the Cranberries. You may want to listen to that. So maybe something in your family that may have happened or is bothering you in September. So, yeah, you'll be shown the way. Spirit is saying that such times will pass. Like, for example, someone may be going through a divorce in your family. There's some sort of separation. There's involvement with the law here. Could be a marriage that is breaking down. So Spirit is clearly telling you that have hope. There's a silver lining in everything. Such times will pass. And one more message for the candle here. We have happiness is overrated, try peace. Okay. So especially if there's a situation in your family and you may not work out all the nitty-gritty, but try to get along with them regardless. Family is family regardless. In time, these wounds can heal. So you may not have consensus, but you can have peace and keep yourself more objective. Okay, pile 2. So those were your messages from Spirit. And I hope that you enjoy this reading. Take care of yourself. I'll see you later. Bye, pile 2. Have a nice day. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You felt drawn to the polka dot bow tie. And the card that flew out for this pile is energy, the fire spirit. Okay. So the theme, it looks like for September, will be energy, taking the initiative. You see the lightning behind her. And the number is 17. Reduces to an 8. 1 plus 7 is an 8. In numerology, this is a number of focus, discipline, power, skill. So it looks like you're going to need a lot of energy this month. Maybe you'll be quite busy. It's one of the messages I'm getting from Spirit. So you have to learn how to balance work and play. And also the number 17 is a number of change. And this may be a time where things are shifting for you. So juggling is required in terms of work, for example. But we'll see what else Spirit wants to tell you about September. Any messages, things that you need to hear. And this process of card picking will be sped up. And timestamps are in the description if you'd like to skip this part. All right, let's get into it. Okay, pile 3, your cards are ready. Let's take a look which cards came through. So we have the Playfulness card, the Rivalry card, Queen of Swords, the Mature Woman, the 10 of Coins, 10 of Pentacles, the Chariot, Devotion, Casket, Lightning, Networker, Secret Admirer, the Reward card, Poet, Defense, Appreciation, Gavel, Serenity, Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. And one more card is missing there, so let me take that out. Okay, 2 cards came out. 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. Okay, pile 3. So I'm seeing several different messages from Spirit. And one of the first things that I'm seeing with the Rivalry card and the 10 of Pentacles is that either within your family or with work, you may have some sort of squabble. But fear not, because Spirit is saying as long as you learn how to speak diplomatically, you will be able to proactively solve that problem and convince them to do what you want. Yeah, it looks like it will be successful if you learn how to harness your power of language. Maybe that's why energy is needed. It's saying don't be passive about that, especially if this is a work situation, for example, or in the context of family. Maybe this is a matter involving a certain woman, since I see 2 figures of woman here. So it says expresses soul insights in symbolic language. It looks like Spirit is urging you to confront this person head on, try to understand their view of things, and you see with the dove speaking peace, trying to resolve that situation instead of continuing the fight and stooping down to their level. We have that with the Chariot and the Defense here as well, like you're proactive about the situation and nipping it in the bud. This is a matter with a female, either in the workplace or family context, and Spirit is urging you to solve that matter through speech. So with the gavel, you could even give them an ultimatum here. That's what I see. But do so in a very playful fashion, maybe. Being sly or vague. What I mean by that is surprise them, do something you don't normally do. You can't be very straightforward about it, but it's looking like maybe you should show them how they're sounding. So kind of parrot back what they're saying to you and making them see how that is very critical. So something critical that someone is saying towards you and hurting your chances. So it looks like you should confront this with curiosity, as we have with the playfulness energy. It's like a 7 of Cups energy here. Don't be quick to blame, but observe them. Yeah. Speaking it out. Trying to understand why this person is being defensive. So your aim is to try to protect yourself from that energy, and not stooping down and just trying to fight fire with fire. Yeah, so that's what maybe the energy card is referring to. See, we have the balance here, showing a win-win. The fire doesn't need to meet the fire and create just a bigger fire with a rivalry. The mature thing to do would be to talk it out, try to see their perspective, and be curious about what they have to say, so you can dispel their concerns. And the other messages I'm seeing from Spirit, we have the Serenity card here with the vase, a secret admirer. This could be like literally you have a secret admirer this month. So with the reward card and the wand energy, it could be someone who's of a fire sign or an earth sign like Taurus. And the other message that I'm getting is that you should really take time out to relax this month, because look at the juxtaposition of the energy of the networker, someone who's a busy bee, and the Serenity card. It's such a contradictory energy. And we have the casket in the middle with the devotion. It looks like too much work will lead to burnout, so that's something that you really have to consider balancing this month. Yeah, it looks like you have great reserves of energy, but you have to find time in between work, in between your projects, to just relax, as we have with the Serenity card. With a reward, it could be, for some of you, like planting things, or taking time out to go eat or play music, for example. And so it looks like you'll be burned out if you don't learn this month how to relax and have a good work-life balance. You see, we have the Three of Pentacles, which is showing me that you've been working too hard, maybe collaborating with others. And yeah, this is making you feel restricted, like you're trapped. Your hands are tied. Maybe that's the way you feel, like, I have no choice but to work these long hours. But that's not true necessarily, because you still have an hour to devote to yourself, to do something fun, to just relax, so that you could recharge your batteries. It looks like to be a very prevalent theme here, how to balance the energy of work and leisure this month. Then we have the card Lightning, control your anger or you will be sorry, next to the networker. So it's making me think that with the Three of Pentacles, the card of collaboration, you may have maybe a hard time with coworkers here, a certain person that you work or worked with, and you may find it hard to control your anger or walk on eggshells around them. You may feel like you have no choice but to work with that person. It could even be a boss. But let me see what else the Spirit is saying regarding that. So can we get a clarifier for the Lightning card? What advice is Spirit giving you regarding that? So we have the Home card. Wow. Very interesting. So with that, what I'm saying is that you have to make more alone time for yourself instead of focusing so much on work. You see, maybe you need to do some sort of home activity, solitary activities, to get your mind off of work. If you're getting that frustrated, that angry, it means there's an imbalance. You're letting yourself be too concerned with work. You're not having enough leisure time on your days off or on your hours off. You're not finding it easy to switch off the work. And that is going to lead to bigger problems where you have anger issues that could even affect your health, for example. So that was the first clarifier. So your home life needs to be in balance. And let's see if we can get a clarifier for the Home card there with the networker and the Lightning. Okay. All right. right, so we have distant horizons. So this may be a harbinger for you to consider changing your jobs or applying to different businesses, especially if the place that you're currently working, considering working, is making you angry and like you've lost hope. You're not appreciating what you're doing anymore. So look to other horizons instead of staying stuck. Yeah, so that's a harbinger for that. But I want to see another clarifier here for the Serenity card before we get more messages. So for the Serenity card, okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles and we have the Three of Swords. Okay, so another message that I'm seeing here is that if you're not chosen by a certain person, I'm not sure if this is a job or it's relating to matters of the heart, then you shouldn't take that very personally. Because that person was just emotionally unavailable. Yeah, that's what it's saying here. Don't take that very personally because there's another opportunity coming by. So it's not the end of the line for you. But let's see what else that is telling us. What else are you trying to tell us with that Three of Swords, Spirit? Thank you. Okay. Stepping into a new experience, exactly as I said here. So rejection is divine protection, and it means something better is on its way if you haven't been chosen by someone, either a work situation or a romance situation. Take life with this curious energy, you know, so maintain the passion, the curiosity, and the patience to see what comes your way next. And yeah, focus on getting good work-life balance in order here. Seems like you might struggle in that front. So let's get some extra messages from Spirit. Can we get 2 cards here, please, Spirit? Any other messages you may want to tell? Pile 3 here. I can't do anything with your easy words. Okay. What's your poison? Interesting, with the reward. And the cycle. Oh, okay. The goldfish. So maybe you may want to reconsider like how much you're spending here. Yeah, it looks like Spirit is trying to tell you, since we have increasing material wealth, maybe you're buying things, you're splurging on things you don't really need, like shopping too much on Amazon, for example, is what comes to mind. Mindlessly buying things that are affecting your material wealth and that are making you feel like, why am I buying these things, you know? It's just like a vicious cycle of shopping to fill that void. And with the Poet, we have the words being highlighted here again. So it looks like your words will be very powerful this month, and you could use them to help you in situations where maybe you're in competition with someone and things could go downhill. And instead of you parroting back or returning in kind what someone said, you could use your words masterfully this month, and that would make you feel proud of yourself. And so we have with What's Your Poison with the reward card here. That's very interesting next to the playfulness. What this is saying to me is that maybe you haven't found a way to de-stress or relax, like you don't know what you should be doing, what play means. Maybe you've worked so hard, or you've been so busy with work that you've forgotten how to have fun. So you have to pick a hobby. We all have to have something that we're passionate about. That, you know, everyone's poison is different. It doesn't mean something negative. Obviously, don't do anything negative. So for some, it could be stargazing, for example, or it could be reading detective novels. So you have to discover with the reward here, like what makes you feel good at the end of the day. How can you introduce more play and less work into your life in September? So I want to get 2 more cards from a different deck here. So let me see. Okay. I would explain, but you're not there. Okay, interesting. So And we have proud. Okay, so the 10 of Pentacles with a mature woman here. Yeah, so this is saying to you that you should be proud of how far you've come, even if you're being criticized by people or you're being put down. You should still be proud of everything that you've achieved so far because you've made the effort to evolve. And don't concede that you've lost, that you have something to be ashamed of if someone is pointing out your flaws. And we have, I would explain it, but you're not there. We have that with the leg and the 3 of Swords and the gavel. So what this is saying, with these cards in particular, stepping into a new experience, is that you don't need to explain or justify certain things if they're not helpful, if they're not going to get you the desired effect. Because if that person's mindset is not in a place where they can understand the mistakes in what they're doing, then you have to use a different tactic. So you saying certain words might trigger this person or might be misunderstood or not understood at all. So you have to really masterfully learn how to frame your words, how to frame your ideas, and yeah, just like be sly, be selective with your words, be mindfully picking the words that you're going to use with this person who seems to be attacking you or on the defense with you, either in the home or at work in particular. So don't bother explaining and trying to get them to agree with you that they've acted like a jerk, been this way. Instead, do things that are going to be helpful to your situation so you could step away from that rivalry situation that you see here. So I want to get another clarifier for what that is trying to say. I would explain, but you're not there. So can we get another card to wrap up this reading? Let's see. Okay, so we have the King, the Professor card here. So I would explain, but you're not there. Yeah, exactly. So you see the professor is trying to show here the data, the errors, how that was wrong or how that is not productive. So try not to explain things to people who don't have the intelligence to comprehend them, but you should still be speaking and trying to explain it in a way that they can understand. That would actually help you. So what I'm seeing here is like be sly and know what words, what kinds of ideas would work on that person. Not try to show that 1 + 2 = 3, but more so it's about using your words and your voice tone masterfully to appeal to this person, to stop this rivalry or criticism. Yeah, so don't be matter of fact is what I'm seeing. Learn to use your words masterfully in a way that is effective, kind of like hypnosis. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing with that. So pile 3, these were the messages that I saw for you from Spirit that would be useful in September. I hope that this reading brought you some clarity. Hope you have a great day. Take care of yourself. Bye, pile 3.